Oh, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to my channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button and the notification bell button so you guys can get notified every time I upload a new video. Um, for the rest of you guys, um, today I'm gonna talk a little bit. It's kind of like an experience, I guess you could call it that. But this is anecdote number 5, I believe. Um, Yesterday, me and my wife were talking about. Uh, we had seen somebody talking about the Ouija or the Ouija board, and she asked me about my experiences with that, and I remembered a good story of what I had seen or what I had lived through. Um, in no way, shape, or form am I a firm believer in ghosts and stuff like that. But I'm just telling you guys my story when it comes to the Ouija, right? So let me start off by painting the picture for you guys. The story goes back way back when I was like 14, I want to say 14, 15ish. And well, yesterday was my birthday, so thank you to everybody, to all my family, to all my friends that had said happy birthday. I appreciate you guys. To all the real ones, to all a couple of new people that I've met. Thank you guys. I appreciate the happy birthdays. Um, so I was like 15. I want to say I was like 15, 14. And at the time, I used to kick it with an older crowd. I would always kick it with an older crowd when I was younger at night, and then during the day I would kick it with the youngins. I would talk to kids that like playing football. I like to that used to like playing sports and all those stuff. And then at night I would kick it with older people that were more into the heavy drug use. They were more, you know what I mean? They were like, but if I was 14, I want to say they were like 16, 18, somewhere around there, even older than that. So this, her name was Angie, and I haven't seen Angie for a while. It's been like a good 10 years, I want to say, right? So this chick Angie, me, her, and some older man, uh, Richard, and then some other dude, Chilo. That was his name, Chilo. He used to be a dark skinned dude, like a black guy. And then Richard was a big guy, like heavy set man. And then he would always wear goatee, and he was like a rocker dude. Chilo was more into like hip hop, and then Angie, uh, she was kind of weird. Like she was into like goth stuff, and she was always like emo-ish type of person. And she was more of like I hate to say it, but she was kind of like a freak. You know what I mean? I don't know what they call those people now or whatever, but she was kind of like a freak. She would always wear like dark clothing, all dark colored clothing. Her nails were always dark. Her hair was always like she always had different type of hairstyles, different colors. She was just a wild individual, and she was a heavy user. Um, from what I remember, she would like always be smoking cigarettes, right, and or drinking alcohol. So this day of the what I'm talking about, the Ouija, she this chick had played the Ouija prior to this day, right? And then so it was us four chilling it. It was me, Richard, Chilo, and Angie. So Angie We ended up, it was already like 10 something. It was already late. It might have been like 12. I think it was pretty late. And so it was a weekend, and we were we were out and about right there in the Columbia apartments, and her mom or her parents, I guess, you know what I mean. I never met her mom or her dad or nothing like that, but they would leave for the weekend, so she had her apartment basically free. So we would go and kick it there. So I was the younger one, and then they were all like 2, 3, 4 years older than me. Richard was the oldest one. He was like a good 6 years older than me. Um, and so when we got to Angie's, it was us three boys. We went to Angie's, and we looked at her. And when I first saw her, she looked like so scared, like pale. And I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? I'm like, what's wrong with this chick? You know what I mean? And given Angie was always like a problem child. You know what I mean? She always had like mental problems. You know what I mean? But she was cool. Like when she was there, she was cool as hell. You know what I mean? And so we go into her house or whatever because we're thinking, oh, we're gonna chill, whatever. And she's there crying, like we're like, what the fuck? And so Richard tells her, hey, like, what's going on or whatever. And she's like, you know what? She's like, yeah, I know you guys aren't gonna believe me. She's like, but she's like, I was playing the Ouija. She's like, and I think we opened a portal up. And me at the time, I was ignorant to the Ouija. I didn't understand it or whatever. And so she was like, I opened up a portal, and I think I see uh, I'm living actions, right? And then I'm like, oh shit. And so we were all like, what the hell? So they're like, okay, well, Richard was the older one, and he kind of knew. He was into like all that stuff. He knew a lot about like black magic. He knew a lot about Santa Muerte. He knew a lot about Satanists. I guess that's what you want to call them. But he knew a lot about that porque he lived in that type of rock mentality, that, you know what I mean. So he could relate to her. So I remember he was like, well, we need to play the game and try to close that portal. So she was like, okay, okay. And I'm talking to you about like crying, like she would always wear that dark eyeliner back in the day or whatever that little thing right here. And she was crying. She was so scared, and it got me worried, right? So I was like, all right, cool. So she busted out the Ouija, and I don't believe in stuff like that, right? And neither did the homie Chilo or whatever. He was like, like, and then they're like, well, but we all need to play. You guys are down, but we got to take it serious, right? And I was like, I'm not gonna take this serious. I don't believe in it, right? I was like, you know what, guys? I was like, we could try it for a little bit. I was like, but if this doesn't do anything for us, I was like, I'm not gonna play, right? So the reason why I would go chill with them is because once in a while I would, right there in that group is where I started drinking like vodka. They would always have like the cheapest vodka, and we would make like orange, what is it called, screwdrivers or whatever. And um, so and she had her, I guess her little brother or something had like a Super Nintendo back in the day. And we would go play there because I didn't have a Super Nintendo, and I've always liked gaming, as you guys could tell through my gaming channel or whatever, through my gaming playlist. And so we tried the Ouija. She sets it up. Her and Richard set up at the table, and then I think they turned on some velas, and it was already getting late. It was already, we were there talking and and like I said, drinking, and I want to say 1 or 2, like 1:30. Let's say we started playing. Y estaba feo. Like I was like creeped out, but I was tripping out on her. Like I felt like she was on some heavy dose of something, right? But she said that she hadn't been doing anything, that she had just been smoking, like cigarettes. Because she was so worried that she was trying to calm down, and literally like this whole time, like she was a different person to me, a different human being, and she looked scared and pale. And as it is, this person was a very light skinned, like a pale person, pero cuando estaba asustada, como que hasta amarilla se puso. You know what I mean? That's how creepy she looked that day. Entonces, we start playing the Ouija, and they start saying all these other stuff. And I remember them doing the little thing like that, and me personally, I was like, I don't know, right? So nothing. When I was there, nada, no, que esto, que si se aparece alguien y que, or que if somebody's with us or whatever, y nada. So we tried this for like a good 30 minutes. Y luego my turn. Oh, no, pues que esto. Y yo pues agarraba el de este y según you're not supposed to move it, pero pues yo no, like I would move side to side y so así around. I think you have to say something. No me acuerdo how the rules are. Y no, pues nada. Nothing for me tampoco. And then she went, we all went, and nothing. And we're like, no, pues nothing. She's like, oh, I swear, guys, I swear, and this and that. And she was creeped the fuck out. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go chill. And I was drinking a little orange juice with a little bit of vodka in it. I go play Super Nintendo. Boom. And I did it because I like playing Super Nintendo. But at the same time, I kind of did it to get the fuck out of this little. We were in the living room, and I wanted to get the fuck out of there. To be honest with you, porque si she looked traumada. Entonces, Chilo goes right behind me, and he's like, "Hey, well, let's go play, bro." And I was like, "All right." So we're playing, boom, 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 and we don't care. Yeah, the night continues. Richard and her stayed there. They were talking or whatever. Ellos ya se quedaron ahí platicando, y luego me and Chilo were playing Super Nintendo. Now I was like, okay, ya estaba tarde. It was already like 3 in the morning. And me, I would usually go home on the weekends, like I would, I would sneak out. Well, I wouldn't sneak out, but I would come back like at 4 a.m. ¿Sí me entiendes? I always took care of myself in the streets. So I wasn't too far from home, but I was like a building away, right? And so I was like a block away, you could say that. So I was already getting close to 3. Yeah, the chilling, me and this fool were still playing or whatever. Y we're playing, y se oyó un putazote, like fucking loud. Like this is something that I had never heard this fucking loud. So we're playing, right? Estamos jugando. It's me, and then Chilo, he's chilling on the bed. And then I hear, and in the Columbia apartments where I used to live, the top and second floor, hay como un rail para que no te caigas, ¿verdad? So you won't fall off the second floor. It's like a rail or whatever. And I swear to you guys, this was already closer to like 3:10, 3:12 in the morning. Y se oyó un putazote. Boom! And I was like, what the fuck? Loud. Boom! But the floor shook. Like our floor shook. Like we shook. And I look at Chilo, right? And he's to my right. I look at him, and he looked at me. And his mouth was just like that. He just dropped. And then, boom, se apaga la pinche luz. Like completely. Y luego it comes back on, like in a blink of an eye. We're like, what the fuck? So me and Chilo get up. Boom. We get up off of our. Let's see if you guys can see. We get up off of our. I was like in a little gaming chair, whatever you guys want to call it, close to the floor. So we get up. He was on the bed or where the little brother's bed. Y luego, I'm like, oh shit. So we go to the living room, and I see them still trying to play that game. And when when I'm getting closer to the living room, se empiezan a apagar las luces. I was like, ay, güey. And then I look, y ella está así toda pinche, like, tripping out, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Which I'm getting fucking chills just thinking about shit like that. Um, and then Richard's like, oh, he would always say, like, prayers. Like, hasta eso sí sabía como de religion. I've never been a religious person, pero hasta eso que él empieza que esto, que el otro, y empezaba a decir cosas like religious stuff. I don't know. I think it was like Catholic or something. Y que esto, que sal demonio, y que like stuff like that. Y no, yo güey, I thought alguien le metió un chingazo al portón ese, to the rail. So I fucking go outside. I'm like, let me check to see who's out there. Y boom, nobody's out there. And I was like, Richard couldn't have scared us like pranking us because he was a big guy. There was no way the reaction time he would have been back and he would have been saying that. And this chick, she looked like possessed, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck, chingao. Y luego, um, yeah, we go back in and they're like they knew what they had heard, and they knew that the lights went off. Pero como que todavía estaban metidos en el pinche juego. You know what I mean? And I was like, ah, chinga, why are you still playing that shit? And I was like, hey, what the fuck, Richard? Did you hear? He's like, shush. Y empieza otra vez, que esto, que lo otro. And I'm like, ah, cabrón, que sal demonio y que déjala y que esto. Y que, and ella está bien metidota en este pedo. And she looks pale as fuck, scared, but really focused on what the fuck they were watching or quién sabe qué estaban haciendo. So I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? Y no, sí me asusté. Y luego, de ratito, se oyó, me and Chilo were like, what the fuck? And Chilo's like, hey, you know what? Let's get the fuck out of here. And I was like, no, Simon. So we're trying to fucking leave, you know what I mean? And there was like a moment where when yeah they like como que they snapped out of it, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, you know what? And she just starts crying. And Richard tells us, you know what? I'm gonna stay here for a little bit, guys. He's like, you guys are good to go or whatever. And plus he was the older cat, you know what I mean? So we're like, no, pues ahí te guachamos or whatever. And he's like, hey, but I need you guys to do a favor. And I was like, well, what the fuck is it? And so he's like, can you guys throw this shit away? And it was the Ouija. And in my mind, I was like, fuck, no, I don't even want to touch that shit. And then I was like, no, pues, I don't know, bro. I was like, and he's like, just throw it away, nothing's gonna happen to you or whatever. And we're, I'm watching her. She's asking me to throw away the Ouija, and she just like crying. She was just crying. But this time it was like a relief. You know what I mean? No sé qué pasó. I don't know if, no sé. ¿Sí me entiendes? I still to this date, todavía me acuerdo muy bien cómo estaban las cosas, cómo era el pedo, pero yo nunca supe qué pasó. Entonces Cheeto's like, you know what, fuck it, bro, I'll throw it away. And I was like, yeah, bro, yeah, you fucking throw it away. So he grabs that shit, like, they put it back in the little game box or whatever. You know, no, que esto. And I was like, hey, what the fuck was that noise? And then he's like, well, I don't know, bro. He's like, I was right next to you. He's like, I thought they were playing with us or whatever. But when we came, porque te digo que we both ran out like towards the living room to see what was going on. He's like, and I heard the same shit. But we were so freaked out que ya ni queríamos hablar uno con otro, you know what I mean? Y entonces, um, this chick, te digo que ya estaba llorando así como relieved, you know what I mean? Entonces yo ya, me fui, I went home, ya eran como las 4 de la morning, and Chilo was the one that was supposed to throw away the ¿cómo se dice? the Ouija. And so, yeah, time went by. I want to say like a month later. And I stopped going there. I stopped going to her house. And we would see her once in a while, like we would kick it at night again, pero ya no entrábamos a su casa. And closer towards the time that, como que she was already gonna move out or something, y andaba malilla, like como que si andaba, something was wrong with her, yeah, mentally. Y she would always be smoking. Boom, boom. And I'm talking to, if I was like 14, 15, she has to have been like 18, 19. Y era más grande. And she moved out. She moved out of the apartments. And I had asked Richard, hey, wey, pues, ¿qué pasó? I was like, I had asked him, yeah, a month later. And he's like, yeah, you know what? Pues, para irte la verdad, I don't even want to talk about it. And I was like, pues, ¿qué pasó, wey? And he's like, no, it's because she was messing with the devil. He's like, she was messing with the devil, and he's like, we believe that we opened up like a black, like a not a black hole, but like a gate, and que that person or that spirit was attacking her, y que while they were talking, que ella le decía que that spirit would tell her to kill herself, y que well she couldn't handle it, you know what I mean? Y que what Richard did, that he prayed for her, that's what was happening, y que el putazo ese que we all heard, and that the lights had como que, like, you know how when somebody crashes into a pole y como que se va la corriente. That's what I thought. I was like, it's either Richard playing a prank with us, or them, because we were playing Super Nintendo, or chocó a alguien, and it was really close by to our house or whatever. Pero te digo que it was kind of just unreasonable, porque it was, era un putazo, but it was with fear. You know what I mean? And it didn't sound like a car crash. Like when you hear a car, boom, se oye el putazo. No, este no va a ser boom, like a, oh, you know what I mean? Like a roar. Pero el putazo was like, boom. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, so, I don't know what it was. Up to this date, I still don't know what the fuck it was, to be honest with you. Pero, sí, le pregunté y me dice Richard, no, dice, pues yo lo que hice es de que traté de darle una limpieza. Dice, oré por ella y dice, y pues parece ser que sí se le quitó esa madre, you know what I mean? Dice, pero ella como ya no podía jugar la Ouija otra vez, dice, pues tenemos que tirarlo y desaparecerlo. Dice, y pues Chilo was the one that disappeared it. So I don't know if Chilo just threw it in the dumpster, or if he kept it, or what the situation was with that Ouija, but pues yo sí, I don't know, I just sí me asusté. You know what I mean? I got scared. Y ever since she moved out of those apartments, pues yo ya nunca supe de ella, pero the last of her, from what I had heard, pues que andaba malilla, you know what I mean? No sé si ya se alivianó afterwards or whatever, pero yo ya nunca supe nada de ella. Y luego Chilo moved out a couple of years, like a year later after she moved out. And then Richard had moved out like a year later. Or two, I think, even later than that. Yeah, I moved out a couple of years later after them. But yeah, guys, I'm not here to tell you like, oh, see, believe in stuff like that. I'm not here to tell you like, oh no, that's non-existent. I'm telling you, this is my what I lived. One of the experiences that I had lived playing that shit. I had played after that. I've played with it or whatever, pero te digo, yo nunca he creído en ese pedo y nunca me ha pasado algo así tan espantante. Pero ya, my consejo is just be careful, guys. If you guys are playing with stuff like that, not necessarily the Ouija, because I don't think they were using the Ouija for. I think she did, but when we were there, I don't think they were playing with the Ouija. I think it was more like a prayer, more of a spiritual type of deal, more of a invocando al espíritu. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like black magic, or whatever they call it, right? Pero I don't know if like now, how can I explain it? I don't know if I believe in stuff like that. I don't know if I believe. I believe that there's a higher power than us. You know what I mean? Porque pues there's got to be answers to why there's certain things. You know what I mean? Como el sol, como está ahí el pinche sol todavía y no se ha apagado. Stuff like that, ¿verdad? Pero también, como te digo, I see it as a good thing, como un Dios, ¿verdad? Pero también hay cosas malas como gente, hay gente mala. Yo digo que también hay, you know what I mean? Like there's good spirits, I think there's bad spirits, but I know not to fuck with those, you know, you know what I mean? But that was my experience, guys, for my anecdote for playing with the Ouija. If you guys ever play with stuff like that, just be safe, be careful. No sé qué te vaya a pasar a ti, you know what I mean? Pero personalmente eso es una de las cosas que me ha pasado. De las otras en mi vida que he visto que I've been around that, que porque siempre hay peer pressure, ¿verdad? No me ha pasado nada serio así como ese día. Pero I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this. Hit that comment. I mean, give me a comment on if you guys believe in stuff like that, or tell me your story. You know what I mean? Message me your story about what's happened to you in your life. I would like to know that too. All right. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace, guys. Peace.